Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be doing a live stream. We're going to have an update on the severe weather outbreak that be ongoing across the central and southern plains today. And that's really all we're going to be talking about today. We have severe thunderstorms in progress, and we also have a developing MCS or derecho possibly going on across Kansas. But let's first take a look into the SPC. And as of right now, we do have a moderate risk for severe storms, and this was in their afternoon update, which they're about to update in 10 minutes. And really, the main threat is going to be damage of winds and also some very large hail. And recently, there is a brand new severe thunderstorm watch for central and west central Kansas, where there's a possibility for a few tornadoes, damage of winds up to 80 miles per hour, and also as well as softball-sized hail. The environment is favorable for those conditions, and this is what's going on right now. So you have your MCS starting to develop across northwestern Kansas, and we got another cluster develop ongoing in central Kansas, and they are pretty much the entire line is severe warned, especially in their early stages. But let's talk about the surface-based cape. We're talking about 7,000 uh, joules per kilogram of cape. This is your energy here. This is what your source can feed on. 7,000 in this area in here, which is extremely high. That is 7 times the amount of cape you will need for severe weather. And 2,000 to 3,000 is high enough, but 7,000 is pretty much on the extreme levels of cape. Now, that's keep in mind that is just surface space. If we go ahead and go to mixed layer cape, it's still extremely high with 5,000. Really between about around 1,000 for mixed layer as well, and you'll have some severe weather possibly but 5 times the amount, and that's just in the extreme levels there for Cape. And I'm not exaggerating that either. And this is your mid-level lap rates here, really over a 7, which is favorable for severe weather. We're talking about an 8, which is pretty high. So really, these storms here got tons of energy to work with, and these storms here can be very nasty later on into this evening, and where they're going to be traveling here. So you got a cluster here, got another cluster here. Really, the areas that really need to watch this very closely is this region right in here. It includes, well, not in these areas anymore. Your severe weather threat's pretty much over at this point. It's really kind of in this, in not in that region, but these storms here will be traveling to the southeast on a northwest flow, so it really includes places like Oklahoma City, Norman. I believe Dodge City is right around there as well. So we really need to watch these storms here very closely. And keep in mind, this is right now, so it's pretty ridiculous out there. And low level lap rates, it's very high as well. The superset composite is pretty high by these cluster thunderstorms as high as a 16. We're not really too worried about. Now, how about how conditional or how strong the tornado could be if one touches down? Pretty as high as a 37 in this general region, which is very high. Now, EF2 plus, which is strong tornado category, has is a 10, which is not good, but I don't think we'll see a strong tornado out there today. It's more of a damage to wind and very large hail type of event as where we're going to see this here. And let's take a look at some modeling here. Let me get this ad off. So this is the latest HER 18Z. Um, It's almost finished. And as you can see, so far it's doing okay. But you can see here how your MCS really starts to get together and starts to move to southeast. But this might be underdone here, especially um, the amount of cape is there right now. It might be underdone. Let's see if that's the case here. Surface-based cape here. You know, it's actually getting it, nearing 7,000 here, which is doing pretty well so far. And as you can see here, at the surface here, it's actually overdoing just a little bit, nearing 8,000. That is extremely high. So you got tons of stability to work with. The tornado threat, it's not really that favorable for tornadoes in that region though, which is good news here. The bad news is there's going to be some very large hail and damage winds. This is very favorable for some very, very large hail. Softballs, I can definitely see that. But again, over a 7, which is your yellow colors, um, getting into the reds and even the pinks here, don't really mind over here. That's not where the severe weather is going to be happening. It seems like I've been cut off here on my live stream here on my phone. And again, if you guys got any questions, you can go ahead and put it in the chat here. And here you go. You got very high mid-level lap rate values here. I mean, 9 to 10 is pretty much extreme levels of mid-level lap rates. I mean, I've never seen that high before, but good news is the storms are not going to be going that way. They're going to be going into like the yellows and the reds, not into this nearing pink or magenta color. So we do have some, at least that's the good news there so far. So this is the spoke shear here. This is kind of gives us an idea for the tornado threat and really the damage wind threat as well. And as you can see here, very high numbers here going on here. Like really all you need is above 25 to 30. You're good to go. But we're starting to see numbers in the yellows, which is about 55 knots, which is pretty crazy. And you know, there they go by. And maybe another MCS will try to come up across southern Oklahoma and northern Texas there. Man, I'm really getting annoyed by these ads here. And models last night here were going very extreme with the superset composite levels, especially across southwestern Oklahoma, where we're seeing values as high as 58 in a couple of models. We don't see that anymore. It just means the environment is favorable for some supercells. Now, typically, if there's going to be like a severe weather event, you want to find the highest number to see if the environment's going to be favorable. And it seems like the MCS is going to be dying down because of this cap here. We have this red line, which goes, get this here, which it goes right here. So here's your red line overlapping your white line, which I'll do in black, which is right here. When they overlap, that is your cap here. So when they overlap, it's not good. So currently, there at this point there'll be a cap here, so you're not gonna have really much of any thunderstorms to develop. That's why we're not gonna see any thunderstorms develop out ahead of it. That's also the reason why cape values are very high. Really, very high cape values does not always mean there's gonna be a major severe weather outbreak because very high cape values can be caused by capping. So. But with this scenario like this right now with 7,000, there is no cap there, so that's very concerning there. You can see there with your very high numbers here. And you even can see the track of the thunderstorms here. Monday here, you can see here your line right here. This is kind of interesting to see. Let's go ahead and continue on to Monday here. Since the severe weather threat does continue tomorrow, we got a fairly large slight risk area, including most of Oklahoma, northern Texas, central and western Arkansas, southeastern Kansas, and even southwestern Missouri and far northwestern Louisiana. The tornado threat is not there. It's not really favorable for tornadoes, really just damaging winds and some large hail. At least tomorrow is not looking to be as bad as today, which is some good news. In day three, not much going to be going on day three for right now. Something I want to mention here, um, across in this marginal risk area here, we have an MCV. If you do not know what an MCV is, it's a mesoscale vortex. Usually they don't last long, but they can create some severe weather. That's why we have this marginal risk across Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio, which we do have some severe thunderstorms in progress right now. And I believe, yeah, you do have some severe thunderstorms. You got one across just east of Cincinnati. Got one that just passed London, Kentucky, and another one nearby Knoxville. So that's something very interesting there to kind of watch for there. And oh yeah, I did not really quite show the tornado threat parameters. You can see here that we actually have a couple of 5%. Got one in eastern Nebraska and western Iowa. Got another area across northwest central Oklahoma and southwest central Kansas here. So 5% is not too bad, but we can still see a couple tornadoes in those general areas. Again, damage winds and large hail is going to be your primary threats. And if I'm correct, I do not believe there's any tornado warnings ongoing. If there is, I can continue live stream, but as of right now, we do not have any tornado warnings. We did have a tornado warning earlier, but that's now uh, gone. Although I like to look into those storms in Kansas. Those are the storms to really watch for. I'm going to see if they're going to be producing any very large hail here and, well, damaging winds, which they do have some winds associated with it. It's not significant looking onto the velocity, which is one way kind of telling if there's any very strong winds, which the velocity, it's not at the surface, it's more hundreds of thousands of feet above the surface. So, yeah. So there is some strong winds as of right now. Probably at max right now is 60 miles per hour. We're talking about these storms right here. These storms here are more like large hail producers. But again, surface-based cave, which the herd kind of nailed it. Um, I mean, 7,000 cape surface space, which is very high. That what really got my attention here today is that 7,000. We could take a look into the significant tornado parameters, at least the effective layer. It's about as high as 3. So right now, the better chance for a potential tornado is going to be within this cluster of thunderstorms. As of right now, there's no tornado warnings. Haven't really checked the velocity on those storms, but as of right now, they are more of large hail and damage wind producers, only with these storms. And these here are more of damage wind storms, but those are the storms we're going to watch here. So again, areas to really watch with these storms here. I'm going to highlight an area of which areas needs to watch these storms, which is basically right in here. Um, there is a cluster of thunderstorms going on across northeastern Nebraska. The supercell composite's not high up there, so right now it's not that favorable for supercells. Oh yeah, let's take a look into the derecho composite. It's about as high as a 6, so like I said, we might get a derecho tonight. It's definitely possible. You can see as high as a 6. Uh, Back on about a week or two ago when we had that moderate risk across Michigan and Ohio. I don't know if that was confirmed as a derecho or not, but the numbers that I remember it was 6 to 8, and it got very close. So a derecho is definitely possible. The environment is very favorable for derechos. If you do not know what a derecho is, it's really a cluster of thunderstorms that can be very large. They can go on for hundreds of miles. They can produce uh, a lot of damage. Damage with wind gusts 70, 80 miles per hour. They can go as high as 120 of what I've learned. So derechos are very dangerous. They can also create very intense lightning and very heavy rainfall. So you do not want to get involved with a derecho because those storms can be very damaging, about as bad as a tornado. For say, about as bad as a tornado. So this is the multi parameter fields. The mix layer is actually still going up with the cape. We're at now up to 5,500, so it's still going up, which is crazy. If we want to go, well, actually, it didn't show that 100 millibar mix layer cape. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's not updated on here or whatever, but that graphic showed 5,500 on this here, still showing 5,000. So, but either way, it's still very high. And again, we do not have any tornado warnings as of right now. So, again, if you guys got any questions, you can go ahead and put into the chat. I don't have much time, unfortunately, to continue on this live stream. Some of these storms actually might be rotating this cluster here. Storms might be starting to rotate. I don't know. So those are the storms to really watch for. These storms here, again, more damage and wind, a large hail. These storms here have uh, a better tornado threat potential. I cannot tell which radar site that is. Kind of looking to in multiple radar sites here. It does have an indication that some of these storms might be rotating. Definitely got to watch for those. So we might get a couple tornado warnings out very soon for those storms, but yeah. Take a look at these storms across South. Cannot pronounce that. Yeah, but not much, if anything else, going on at this point. But yeah, we can go and take a look at tomorrow while we have some, while we do not have any tornado warnings. Been really paying attention to my area for tomorrow. I cannot. I'm always getting this tomorrow messed up. I keep on thinking it's Tuesday, but it's actually tomorrow. Uh, that's not where I want to go. I want to go to the Ohio Valley. Take a look at tomorrow. Maybe this here can get off. Nope, never mind. So as you can see here, I might be able to get some more storms later today. I missed the first round. I might get in on the second round. You can see here tomorrow there could be multiple cluster of thunderstorms here. See some ongoing across Illinois, Missouri. I mean, quite a few storms that can go strong severe for a lot of areas. The NAM 3K is the one that's been getting my attention here. Yeah, it's showing the same thing. Might get some storms later today. Something I do not mind at all. It was showing a couple cluster thunderstorms heading right towards me, but it doesn't seem like the models are not really showing that. Oh man. Yeah, probably gonna have to end it here, but wherever. Let's see here. Yeah, you guys haven't really said anything on here. In here is tomorrow. Couple of margin of risk, a slight. The NAM 3KM can be slow. It's right here. It's kind of nearby my area here. Surface-based cape. There's some around. Under millbar. Yeah, it's not that impressive. Tell you what, it was very hot and humid this morning. Now after these rounds, it's now very cool. Let's see observations. Oh yeah, should probably take a look to the visible satellite. Should watch as warnings. Visible satellite. See here some big boomers, big storms over in here across northwestern Kansas. Got some overshooting tops, a couple areas. Looks like some more storms might try to develop. Got cumulus clouds going on over that way. Maybe some try to go on in there. But yeah, Oklahoma for most part is very quiet, so it has a lot of time to recharge for tonight's storms. So yeah, guys, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this severe weather outbreak. Well, update, severe weather update. If you guys like this update, hit that like button. If you're doing like my channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you guys are watching this video, if you guys got any questions, you could put a comment section down below.